Hi, so this is a demo of Prism Reader, which is what we're calling a can't be evil content platform. So it's a way that people can share content online similar to Medium and get paid for it. But unlike other custodial or centralized solutions, content owners and authors can actually get paid directly for their content thanks to Bitcoin payments via Lightning, as well as a few other mechanisms that we've built in, leveraging the self-sovereign IDs of Blockstack. So as you can see here, we have a few features that we're using here. We have self-sovereign IDs from Blockstack. We're using decentralized storage on the Gaia platform. We use Bitcoin payments over Lightning for small micro transaction support. And we have timestamps. So you can use the immutable properties of Bitcoin to prove the authenticity of your content at a specific point in time. The accountless nature of making payments with Lightning allows us to do authorization without having to log in with any sort of account, but still get access. And the system that we've built with what we're calling Boltwall, and now Boltwall, it allows users who are hosting content on their Gaia storage service to get paid directly and tell Prism that they authorize access once they have received payment. First, show off how the kind of the power of this accountless access. We're not going to sign in with Blockstack just yet, and we're going to browse the content that we have. So this is just a local development server. This is the status of the anchors that are being made. And so this one, sometimes they take a little bit of time to load up. And now these proofs are also stored on the user's Gaia service. So they actually have to interact to make sure that those get updated, which is an interesting quirk of using a system like Blockstack's Gaia. So first what I'm going to show is how the tipping works in Prism. So with the tipping, so this you can see this actually, the owner of this content has decided that they don't want to get paid, and they're just happy to give it away for free, which is good. We want that in a platform. If a user wants to share for free, then they should absolutely have that opportunity. But they've still given a Lightning node to pay for. And with our system, with the Boltwall, we actually support a dual payment system. So we think that there should be some way for the platform to get paid, for the service of facilitating the sharing of this content. And so what we'll show in a second is that with one invoice, we'll be able to pay two different accounts. One invoice, so where a user pays one invoice, we're going to be able to pay two different Lightning nodes. So you can see here we have Prism, which is the platform, of course, and we'll get their balance. And then Alice, who's the owner of the post, and we can check her balance. Let's tip. Let's see, so this is Satoshi. Let's give him 10 thumbs up. We're going to see we get a Lightning invoice. We just got one single Lightning invoice. And what we're going to do is pay that invoice, which is using HTLC.me. And what's cool about this too is if you notice, we're not on Prism anymore to make this payment. This can be facilitated from anywhere. And the Lightning nodes in the background will discuss with each other, but HTLC.me doesn't even know that this is for a Prism payment. So we send the payment. That goes through. And our tips have gone up. So now let's see if the balances have gone up accordingly. So we can see there on the left side that indeed Prism, the platforms, they charge a fee of 10 Satoshis, and that's the way it's programmed now is just a flat fee. You just get paid 10 for every transmission that you're sending through. Very small amount. And Alice, the owner of the content, got paid 100 Satoshis for the 10 thumbs up. Now let's see what a protected post looks like. This is another post. For some reason, it has more thumbs up than the Satoshi white paper. I'm going to blame that on testing. So what we have here when it's blocked is because we have this timed mechanism. So you can see here, you don't actually pay a flat fee. So rather than saying, what something is worth or trying to guess what's going to be a good market price, what we're basically saying is you pay for 1 Satoshi per second of time. That means that people only have to pay for what they want. So we give an approximate reading time in the total words. And if you don't even believe that, you can purchase a very small amount to start. So let's go to just 5 seconds. So it's a very small amount, obviously, in US dollar terms. Now we have our invoice. We're going to go back here. We're going to pay it again. So 5 seconds of Prism Review for requested data. Now this is also happens to be owned by Alice. So we'll show that in a second. If it goes through, you can see, oh, now we got the post. Oh, that does look like it's 7,000 words. I'm going to start reading it. And okay, so I got blocked again. Now let's go see if Alice got paid. And indeed, she did, by the amount that we expect. We're going to show what the login process looks like now. This is a logged in user. This is actually the live site. We can see here, these are posts that have already been anchored to the blockchain. This is, like I said, on the live site. These were uploaded by Prism Reader. Now, the user Prism Reader, that's on Blockstack. So this is what the backend looks like for an uploaded post. So you can choose, what's interesting about this is you can choose to have your post require payment or not. If you don't require payment, then you don't have to, nobody has to pay for time to read it. But if you put in the Boltwall payment details, you can still receive tips. You can also, in the back end, see the proof data. So Calendar Anchor is an intermediary proof that proofs get aggregated using Chainpoint and then eventually anchored to the Bitcoin blockchain. And this is the proof information. I don't want to update anything now because it will re-anchor it when you do that. Let's look at what a new post would look like. I have a sample text here that I want to add in. Why not? One of the best speeches of all time by one of our greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln. There we go. So this all supports Markdown, and this will error if you don't have any payment information, which is good. That's what we want. And submit it. And we want people to be able to read this for free. And there we go. So this is going to take some time to anchor, but now we can save it. Now let's try one. Okay. Oh, one last thing I wanted to share was the Boltwall. So what we saw before was it was asking for URL. So this is the Boltwall library, and this is a API middleware built with Express to allow you to accept payments, and it supports this timed service, but you can also do it without. It also supports the HODL invoices, which allows for that split payment mechanism. So anybody with a Lightning node can get paid through the system by simply installing actually the Now Boltwall. By using Now Boltwall, literally just a couple lines of code, you can deploy this to a live server, and And then so this is the information of the node that's running at that Boltwall, and here's the other one. This is the one that is actually running Alice. And anybody can run that, and then what you do is you enter that information here, and you will be able to receive payments for your posts. So the passphrase is something that Prism uses to authenticate with the owner of the content. So this is because since all the content is stored on Gaia, this decentralized storage system, anything that's public to one user is public to all users. That's not the owner. So what we need to do is have this password system. Again, it's here. It corresponds with this, and that gets set up when you're launching Boltwall. And that will basically be used to sign and decrypt messages between the app, Prism, and the owner of the content. So what Prism will do is when it is verifying that somebody has made a payment, they will be able to authenticate using this passphrase that the user that's requesting access has actually paid. Okay, so I hope that you found that demo helpful. There's a lot going on there, but I think that these systems that are really made possible because of the blockchain and because of Bitcoin specifically in this case, allows us to do a lot of stuff that would not have otherwise been done before. And hopefully this can make the internet a better, more self-sovereign, and more decentralized place to interact with each other into the future. Thank you very much.